Hi guys, I'm Ajinkya Pendhari and I'm a ServiceNow developer. So welcome to my first video and welcome to my channel. Uh, I have created this channel basically to share the knowledge and fun experiments that I did to learn ServiceNow. So all the upcoming videos are DIY type, like you can also do it yourself and you can try and explore and learn more about ServiceNow. So this particular video was in an attempt to learn more about mid servers, and I was wondering if I can store a file in the mid server when it is attached to a certain record in ServiceNow, right? So I searched on the community and found some articles using which I was able to achieve this. So that is what I'm going to share with you all. Uh, I definitely don't know much about mid servers as I'm a beginner. So please excuse my misunderstanding and if I say something wrong or I misspell anything. Let us see what we are going to achieve so that you'll have some interest to see how I did this. So this is the screen of my laptop one on which I'm running my personal development instance. And this is the screen of my laptop 2 on which I've installed my mid server and it's acting as a mid server, right? So back to my personal development instance, as you can see my mid server is up and running. Now I'll attach a file to this record which will be a JPEG file, and I'll set the number as 12345 and the operation as post file to mid server. Now as soon as I save this file based on the size of the attachment that we have attached, a new folder will be created in my mid server folder in a path, and the number of that folder would be the same as the number that we have given on my record. So if I open this folder, we'll have the same attachment that we have attached on the record. In order to perform this activity, we need to have three things in place. Firstly, the orchestration plugin should be active on the personal development instance. Second, the PowerShell on the mid server should be up to date and working. And thirdly, an active and running mid server on a computer. So it can be the same computer on which you are running your personal development instance, or it can be another computer like I did. So in order to install a mid server, you can simply navigate to ITOM guided setup, and under this mid server section, if you follow this three steps, you would be able to make your computer to act as a mid server. Let us now see how I did this. So basically I have created a custom table called rodash-ny, and in it I have an operation field which has currently one choice, post file to mid server, and I have a workflow attached to this table. So it runs whenever I select the operation as post file to mid server. So when I create a rodash-ny record, I put in some number here, and I select the operation as post file to mid server, and I attach the file to this record. And when I save it, a workflow gets attached. This is the workflow. The name is post image to mid server. So the name is image, but ideally you can select any attachment. It can be an Excel sheet, it can be a PDF, it can be a text file, anything. So when we save that record, this workflow runs, and the first thing it checks is if there is an attachment present on that record. So this activity simply glide records our sys attachment table, and if it finds a attachment record against the uh, our row-ny record sys ID, then it returns yes, and we enter a PowerShell activity. So this PowerShell activity is a orchestration activity basically. So it takes two inputs. First is the record sys ID, which is our row-ny record sys ID, and another would be the folder name. So that is nothing but our row-ny records number field, which was 12345. So let us now see what I have did in this orchestration activity. So this is the orchestration activity. As I said, it's a PowerShell type of activity, and there are two inputs. First is the record sys ID and another one is the folder name, as we just discussed. So let's get into the main scripting part, pre-processing part. So here, as you can see, uh, the first thing first is we cannot directly push a data to the mid server, push a file to a mid server. So it should be converted into a base64 format, and that is what I did here. I created a new variable called encoded data, and in that I'm storing the base64 converted format of our file that we attached. Right now, in order to pass this encoded data to our PowerShell script or mid-server script file, we need to have an object called PARS, which takes three parameters: name, type, and value. So to explain this, let me first go to the execution command. Now here, as you can see, there's a PowerShell variables, name, value, and type. So these, it takes three inputs: folder name, which is the variable name, which is handled in our PowerShell script, which I'll be sharing shortly. Its value will be nothing but the folder name that we pass, that is the -ny records number, and the type is plain. So similarly here, it in pre-processing script, I have taken name, type, and value. The name is an encoded data, that is the variable name that I will be handling in the PowerShell script, mid-server script rather, and the type is plain, and the value would be encoded data, that is the base64 converted format of our uh, attachment file, image file. Okay, and I'll push it to our PowerShell activity. Similarly, I'm passing another object. I could have passed this through the execution command as well, from here as well, but I thought to pass it from the pre-processing script. So I've created another object called pass1. It takes the name, type, and value. Name would be the file underscore name, again another variable which I'll be handling in PowerShell script, and the type would be plain, and the value would be gr.filename. So gr.filename is nothing but the name of the file which we have attached to our record, and we just glided here in the sys attachment table, right? So now let's go to the execution command. Now here, as you can see, the target host is nothing but the IP address of our mid server computer. So it can be any other computer in the mid server network, but in my case I have only one computer, so it would be the same computer's IP address. Second thing, the script type is a mid server script file. So when you start editing it, you would be able to select this, and the mid server script file will be a PowerShell script. This is also a reference field, and you will be able to select the PowerShell script file, but before you need to create a PowerShell script file for this. So let's wait as I go to that part as well. And as I discussed earlier, I'll be also sending another variable, folder name. So in all, I am passing three variables to our PowerShell script, that is this script. First is the folder underscore name, which would be the name of the folder in which our file will be residing in the mid server, which is nothing but the -ny records number field. Second would be the file name, that is the name of the file which will be setting for the attachment. So you can also give a random name, as I just commented this part. You can also give some random name, or if you want to have the same name, you can simply pass this. And the third is our main attachment, which will be passed as a base64 converted encoded data, right? And that's it. After that, there are outputs, but I didn't give much time on these things: output, post processing, and conditions. Let us now discuss about the mid server script file. A mid server script file can be created or can be found in the mid server scripts files module under the orchestration application. A mid server script file runs on the mid server and not on the ServiceNow instance. We just create it or pass commands and variables to it, but it actually runs on the mid server. The script files are also created in your mid server when you create it in ServiceNow. So if you want to check, you can navigate to the folder where you have created your installed your Mid server. In that there is an agent folder, and in it there is a script folder which holds all the scripts that are present here, right? So coming back to our script which I have used in the orchestration activity. So this is the PowerShell script that I used, and as you can see, it takes three variables: folder underscore name, file underscore name, encoded underscore data, that I passed from the orchestration activity. This is the part I copied from the existing script files that we have in our ServiceNow instance, and this part I have copied from Stack Overflow. I am not a PowerShell developer, I am a ServiceNow developer. So what it does is it just creates a folder with the folder name in the path that I have specified, and here it creates a file with the decoded base64 format of our attached file, right? It decodes it back to its original format and saves it in a file with this file name that we have passed. So this is how this PowerShell script runs on the Mid server, and our file gets created in the Mid server in a path that we specify. Let us see one more time how it works. So this is my personal development instance, and this is the screen of my laptop B, which is my Mid server. Now I'll again set these values, the number as 6789, and this time I would attach another file, ServiceNow image, say, and I'll select the operation as post file to Mid server, and I'll save it. Let's click on show workflow to see the workflow progress, and by the time we could see the workflow, you can see that the folder 6789 has already created, as the file was very small. As you can see, it's just 25.6 KB, and it's the same file that we attached. And if I refresh the workflow, our orchestration activity and the if activity has been completed in sequence. So I hope you liked this video and found it knowledgeable. You can also try this fun activity in your personal development instance, and you can explore more or add your additions to it. My next video will be about fetching a file from a Mid server and attaching it to a record in ServiceNow. That is the reverse of what we saw today. So please subscribe to this channel. If you have some other modules or configurations which you'd like me to create videos on, like orchestration, integration, catalog, etc., please comment in the comment section, and I'll try to come up with a exciting idea to learn it and explain it. Thank you.